do you guys both run full diversity all the way through everything? Have you got 2 points of entry or more than that, or do you what's the sort of spread of architecture on that basis?
Redundancy is crucial.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, redundancy is kind of the only way you can deal with an event of this nature or multiple events of these nature is to ensure that you have backups upon backups. Mm-hmm. So at every layer, you can look at something as basic as DNS, right? We have multiple DNS providers in play, and we have multiple load balancing options for those multiple DNS providers. It's at every point in the chain, something as simple as DNS that couldn't necessarily break. You want to be prepared that should it have an issue, you can quickly and easily trigger something to have a backup to ensure that the stream gets out there. And in certain scenarios, you know, it's like in those scenarios that things are just going to heck and you need to make sure that a customer gets the content, because that's the key thing at the end of the day, is that they can continue to watch the stream. You ensure that you have a backup upon a backup that might be unencrypted, that might be completely available, and it's just like, dear customer, go watch the content. Yeah. You know, there are certain providers in the space that have had to do that. You know, I'm very thankful that we don't necessarily have to do that, but there are certain providers that have had to do that, and you kind of see it, and it's great, customers get the content, but ultimately it also leads to this whole press storm, and you kind of want to avoid that as much as possible.
Yeah, and yeah, as Eric mentioned, like, it's all about the user experience. For Super Bowl, again, we had a few encoders spread in New York City, in Stanford. We had another encoders in Los Angeles, in the TV city, and we had multiple origins. So we had one origin in the East Coast, another one on the West Coast, and we made sure to test all the different mixes and matches of the different layers. And as Diane was mentioning, when the error pops in the dashboard, it's already too late. Yeah. So we need to figure out how to make all of these different tests before the game day. Yeah. So we basically used pretty much all the different sports events in the weeks before Super Bowl to test the Super Bowl workflow.